Have you ever stopped to think about the trees around you? They give us shade, they clean our air, and some of them have been standing silent watch over our planet for thousands of years. But some trees are so bizarre, so unique, they look like they've been plucked straight out of a fantasy novel or an alien world. Today, we're going on a journey to discover the weirdest and most wonderful trees on Earth. Get ready to be amazed! Our first stop takes us to the island of Socotra off the coast of Yemen. Here, we find the incredible dragon blood tree. It looks like a giant, inside-out umbrella, with a thick trunk and a dense canopy of tangled branches pointing straight to the sky. But its otherworldly shape isn't even the most fascinating thing about it. If you cut into the bark, a dark red resin oozes out, which looks exactly like blood. This dragon's blood has been prized for centuries, used as a dye in incense, and even in traditional medicine. Local legends say it's the blood of a dragon, and honestly, looking at this tree, you might just start to believe it. Next up, we're heading to the rainforests of Southeast Asia and Australia to see nature as own abstract painting, the rainbow eucalyptus. This tree looks like it's been splattered with a painter's palette. As it sheds its bark, it reveals a bright green layer underneath. This layer then ages and changes color, turning into shades of blue, purple, orange, and maroon. The result is a trunk that's a constantly changing masterpiece of vertical rainbow stripes. It's the only eucalyptus species that grows naturally in the northern hemisphere, and it's a living work of art. Now, let's travel to the African continent, the home of the majestic baobab tree. These giants are often called the tree of life because they can store thousands of liters of water in their enormous trunks to survive long droughts. Their shape is unmistakable, a massive, swollen trunk with spindly branches on top that look like roots reaching for the sky. An ancient legend says the gods threw the tree from the heavens and it landed upside down. Some baobabs live for over 1,000 years, becoming the heart of their ecosystem. There's even a famous one in Australia called the Boab prison tree. It's a huge, hollow baobab that was supposedly used as a temporary jail in the late 19th century. Imagine the stories these ancient giants could tell. From the ancient to the interconnected, let's talk about the aspen tree. You might see a whole forest of aspens and think you're looking at thousands of individual trees. But you'd be wrong. Aspen groves are often one single organism connected by a massive underground root system. One of the largest and oldest living organisms on Earth is an aspen colony in Utah named Pondo. It covers over 100 acres and is estimated to be tens of thousands of years old. All those trembling leaves you see are genetically identical clones, all part of one colossal, ancient being. It's a mind-bending concept. Our journey now takes us to the deserts of Baja California and Sonora, where we find the whimsical Boojum tree. This tree looks like something straight out of a Dr. Seuss book. It's basically a tall, fuzzy, upside-down carrot, a slender, tapering trunk that can grow up to 70 feet high, with tiny branches sprouting all over it. In the rainy season, it gets covered in small green leaves. But for most of the year, it just stands there, a strange, solitary figure in the desert landscape. Its name, Boojum, supposedly came from a character in Lewis Carroll's poem The Hunting of the Snark, and it's a perfectly fitting name for such a peculiar tree. Speaking of giants, we can talk about amazing trees without mentioning the largest tree in the world by volume, the General Sherman. This magnificent giant sequoia is located in California's Sequoia National Park. It's not the tallest or the widest tree, but its total mass is staggering. It stands over 275 feet tall and has a circumference of over 100 feet at its base. Standing next to it is a truly humbling experience. This tree is estimated to be around 2,200 years old, meaning it was a sapling when the Roman Empire was at its peak. It's a living monument to the power and endurance of nature. Now for a tree you definitely don't want to mess with, the sandbox tree. Found in the tropical regions of the Americas, this tree is covered from top to bottom in sharp, conical spikes. It's like nature's version of a medieval fortress. But the spikes are just the beginning. The sap is poisonous, and its fruit is even more dangerous. The pumpkin-shaped seed pods, when ripe, explode with a loud bang, flinging seeds at speeds of over 150 miles per hour. That's why it's also called the dynamite tree. Definitely a tree to admire from a safe distance. From the biggest to the oldest, let's meet the bristlecone pine. These trees are the grand elders of our planet. Growing in the harsh, windswept mountains of the western United States, they are masters of survival. They grow incredibly slowly, with dense, resinous wood that's resistant to insects and rot. The oldest known living individual tree in the world is a bristlecone pine named Methuselah, which is over 4,850 years old. It was a mature tree when the pyramids of Giza were being built. These gnarled, weathered trees are a beautiful testament to resilience. Let's head down under to New Zealand to see the Kauri tree. These are some of the mightiest trees in the world, known for their massive, column-like trunks that rise straight up for incredible heights before branching out. Sadly, these ancient forest lords were logged almost to extinction for their high-quality timber. Today, they are protected, and visiting one of the remaining giants, like Tain Mahuta, the Lord of the Forest, is a spiritual experience. Back in Africa, in the arid landscapes of Namibia and South Africa, we find the quiver tree, or kokerboom. It's not actually a tree, but a type of giant aloe. It gets its name because the San people traditionally hollowed out its branches to make quivers for their arrows. Its distinctive shape, with a thick, scaly trunk and a crown of fleshy, pointed leaves, makes it look like a prehistoric sculpture against the desert sky. Across the globe, in places like India and Southeast Asia, the silk cotton tree commands attention. These towering trees are famous for their vibrant red flowers that bloom in the dry season, attracting birds and bats from miles around. Their trunks are often covered in formidable conical spines when young, and their seed pods burst open to release a fluffy, cotton-like fiber that's been used for filling pillows and mattresses. Another fascinating tree is the strangler fig. It begins its life as a seed dropped by a bird onto a host tree. From there, it sends roots down to the ground, slowly enveloping its host. Over decades, the fig's roots grow thicker and stronger, forming a woody lattice that eventually strangles and outcompetes the host tree, which dies and rots away, leaving behind a hollow, cage-like fig tree. It's a dramatic, slow-motion battle for survival. Imagine discovering a living fossil. That's exactly what happened in 1990 with the Wollemi pine in Australia. This tree was thought to be extinct for millions of years, known only from fossil records. Then a park ranger stumbled upon a hidden grove of them in a remote canyon. It was one of the most significant botanical discoveries of the century. These ancient pines have unique, bubbly bark and fern-like leaves, a true relic from the time of the dinosaurs. In the southern United States, the angel oak on Johns Island, South Carolina, is a breathtaking sight. It's a southern live oak estimated to be around 400 to 500 years old. While not incredibly tall, its beauty lies in its sprawling canopy. Its massive, twisted limbs reach out in all directions, some resting on the ground, creating a magical space that covers over 17,000 square feet. It feels like stepping into a fairy tale. From the grand to the practical, let's look at the areca palm. You've probably seen this one as a popular houseplant. In its native habitat in the Philippines, it grows in lush clumps with smooth, golden green trunks that resemble bamboo. It's not just pretty, it's also known for being one of the best air-purifying plants, efficiently removing toxins from the environment. Let's also visit the bottle tree, native to Australia. Much like the baobab, it gets its name from its swollen, bottle-shaped trunk, which it uses to store water. This adaptation allows it to thrive in dry, arid regions where other plants struggle. Each tree has its own unique, bulging personality. The silver birch is a common sight across Europe and parts of Asia, but its beauty is anything but common. Its slender form and distinctive white, peeling bark make it stand out in any forest, especially in winter. It's a pioneer species, one of the first trees to colonize open land, bringing life and preparing the way for other species. In Poland, there's a small, mysterious forest called the Kryły Las, or the Crooked Forest. Here, a grove of about 400 pine trees all grow with a bizarre, 90-degree bend at their base, all pointing northward. No one knows for sure why they grew this way. Some theories suggest a unique gravitational pull, heavy snow, or even human manipulation to create naturally curved timber. Whatever the cause, it's a truly strange and beautiful sight. Finally, our last tree is the traveler's tree from Madagascar. It's not a true palm, but a relative of the bird of paradise flower. It has a spectacular fan of leaves ranged in a single plane, like a giant peacock's tail. It got its name because thirsty travelers could supposedly find water stored in the sheaths of its leaves. It's a perfect example of how nature combines stunning beauty with practical design. From trees that bleed to trees that explode. From ancient giants to entire forests that are a single being. Our planet is full of botanical wonders. These trees are more than just wood and leaves. They are storytellers, survivors, and artists. The next time you walk past a tree, maybe you'll look at it a little differently. Thanks so much for joining me on this incredible journey. If you enjoyed discovering these amazing trees, hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures. Let me know in the comments which tree amazed you the most. See you next time.